There we go. We got this running. Y'all, this is not gonna be long. It's not gonna be long today. This is going to be a shorter live than I did the other day. Mainly because I gotta go back and get these girls from dance class. They are at my two oldest girls are at modern dance class right now, and I gotta go back and get them. But for those of y'all who don't know me, I'm Dr. Andrea Christian Parks, and welcome to my live. I am, let me tell you about a couple of things that are coming up real quick before I get ahead of myself. Number one, I have a couple of brand new mini courses coming out to help y'all through the holidays, and I'm excited about them. So first of all, the first one that's coming out within the next couple of days. Um, so if you're not already on my list, go to www.drandreachristianparks.com. That's my new website, y'all. We upgraded. Yes. I'm so excited. Okay, so www.drandreachristianparks.com. Go there, and actually, I'll put it here in these comments. Hey, Valerie. I'm going to put it right here, okay, because otherwise I'm going to forget. And IG, I'm so sorry. I got my screen sideways, and I can't type that way. Sorry. So I am putting out a mini course, and it is not expensive, y'all. You could sneak it in with all the shopping you're doing for Christmas. No one will ever know. Anyway, so with my course, I had done, my big weight loss course, and that was awesome. Oh, we had such a good time, and everybody did so good. It was so great. We're not doing that right now. But what we are doing is one of the bonuses that I offered in the course, I broke out and decided I was going to do a little mini course. And what I offered and gave to my students was a mindful meditation, mindful eating mini course. And so what it is a series of videos that essentially helps slow you down, helps you manage the urges, helps you manage, how just when you want to grab something and eat something, how to just take a moment. I mean, these little videos there's a group of them, but they're short so that if you need them, like in an urgency, like, oh my, I'm so frustrated. I don't know if I'm really hungry or what. Okay, this helps you. If you feel like I really want the cookies, this helps you. Like there are all kinds of things to meet those needs. And so I broke that out. It's going to be just a little bit of money, not much, but just enough so that you can afford it, you can get it, you can use it, and help you get through these crazy days at the end of the year. Coming up after that is another bigger course, not as big as the full, weight loss course, the whole one, but just another mini course, which has a little bit more to it, definitely has all the videos. They are more substantial because they're more comprehensive. They're not just trying to like help you in the moment. And there's a whole workbook that I've created to come with it. And it's called Weight Loss for the Holidays. And so that is coming up after the mindful eating meditations course. So keep an eye out, y'all. If you haven't already gotten on my list, definitely get on my list at drandreachristianparks.com, because if you don't, you're not going to be the first one to hear when it's released, which is coming in a couple of days. So let me back to the beginning. Y'all, I started off this live talking about emotional eating. This is a real thing. People are like, what? Emotional eating? Emotional eating is a real thing. And let me tell you why. First of all, you know why. There's stress, there's life. We learn to eat emotionally. We learn to eat to celebrate. We learn to eat to comfort ourselves. We learn to eat when we're sad. We learn to eat when we're happy. We learn to eat for all kinds of reasons that have nothing to do with whether our stomach and our body actually needs fuel. So let me tell you a story. Because today, this evening, I have this cookie stash. And don't Sometimes y'all think that I'm like this granola crunchy, like guru. All I eat is Brussels sprouts and bean sprouts, and I don't even know hay, and I don't do that. Listen, I do. I am plant based. I do eat a lot of vegetables. That is not how I lost my weight. And I will say it again, I lost my weight eating whatever. I eat this way now, not for weight. I eat this way, A, because I feel good, and B, because not nuts and berries either. Doggone. Oh, a trip. No. But also because of I have some convictions about how our food is produced, what it means environmentally, and I have a large family and I want to reduce our impact on the environment. And animal foods definitely are high environmental impact foods. There's just no getting around it. So that's my why. My husband does it for other reasons. My kids do it for other reasons. We all are plant based. They cheat more than I do, probably. But hey, plant based does not mean never meat, never dairy. I really don't do dairy though, mainly because I don't feel good when I eat it anymore. And there's too many plant based. If I really have to have ice cream, there's too many plant based options. They're really very good. Check out Ben and Jerry's, Colin Kaepernick. Yes. Okay. But let me tell you about my cookie stash. My cookie stash, I found this company. I promise I found it, must have been on Facebook. Company in New York makes these Mama Jamma cookies, like big fat cookies, and they have a vegan option. And the base is made with hazelnut butter and these big like dark chocolate chips. Oh my gosh, so good. These cookies though are like $6 a piece. It's ridiculous. They're huge. And I cut them in half as soon as they come in the house. Like I cut them in half. I stick them in the freezer. I eat maybe a quarter of a cookie at a time because that's a whole cookie, honestly. But anyway, so I have this cookie stash in the freezer, and y'all, tonight I almost went for it because let me tell you what happened. So for those of y'all who don't know, and probably most of you don't, I just made a big job change. I've been working for one company for many years. Now I am, what's it called? It'll come to me. I'm sorry. I'm thinking. The cookies. What's the name of the cookies? Hey, Aileen. I don't remember. It'll come back to me though. Let me just. I'm gonna keep telling my stories. It's gonna come back to me. And if I can't figure it out, I'm gonna find it in a minute in my email. So what happened? I made this job change, and I am doing this part-time hospitalist thing where I'm working 24-hour shifts at the hospital covering just chaos and mayhem. I mean, I'm at Northside Hospital in Atlanta, and it is a lot. It is a lot. And so I have decided that my treat after working these crazy shifts is to go to Whole Foods, which is near the hospital, and go to the salad bar and get a big old salad. And I know that sounds like some old health food foolishness right there. Like, what you talking about? Comfort food is a big salad from Whole Foods. Okay, but two things. One, it is comfort because I don't have to do all that work. And when I'm exhausted, I can't, like, I'm not going to be chopping and all that prepping stuff. That's out. And then, in addition to that, I put a lot of stuff on it and I really like it. And I don't cause a bunch of damage because I'm trying to eat crazy because I'm exhausted. So this way I get something I really like. I feel good about it. And I can actually eat my big old monster salad for a couple of meals. Okay. So I worked 24 hours on Friday, 24 hours on Sunday. Monday morning, I go by the Whole Foods. I'm ready to put it down. Unfortunately for me, Whole Foods has decided not to lay out their salad bar. Um, Not to lay out their salad bar early in the morning anymore. I was very upset about that. But what they did have out was their breakfast bar. And so they have, of course, eggs and breakfast potatoes and grits and all the whatever breakfast stuff, bacon. I don't know what else they have. And lo and behold, my favorite thing, and they don't do this at all the Whole Foods, is they had these little squares of chicken fried tofu. So it's tofu with the breading that you have on fried chicken. It's really good. I know those of y'all that don't like tofu are like, but I really like it. So regardless of what you think about tofu, it's a treat for me. I like it. I don't do a whole bunch of fried stuff anyway, just because I don't feel good when I eat it. So this is a thing. So I got like a pile of those. They had some kale on the thing. I got some breakfast potatoes and I packed that up and I was like, cool, I already made a salad at home. I'm going to throw that together, put my tofu on there, have this beautiful salad when I get home. Well, things went sideways yesterday and I ended up I went to bed at like 8. Dinner did not happen. So I got up today and I thought, okay, for my dinner tonight, I'm having this salad with my tofu and things and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be great. Okay. So remember now I've waited 2 days to get my treat for getting my butt kicked for 48 hours over the weekend, right? Y'all, I worked all day on the business. I had meetings. I had stuff. I had to supervise my kids' homeschool stuff because my teacher's home with one kid with the flu. I was busy. So I get to dinner. I go to the refrigerator. I go pull out my box and I'm like, feels really light. Now, let me say, everybody in this house knows what a Whole Foods salad bar, hot bar, whatever box looks like. And I live with 3 teenagers and a 9-year-old, 15, 13, and 9. These jokers are not babies. They know what that is. And they know it's not theirs. Let me tell you, I opened that box and there was a half a piece of tofu in my box. Half of one square. Y'all, somebody's about to die tonight. And it wasn't going to be me. Let me tell you, I went in my kitchen and I looked directly at my son. I said, who ate my tofu? Now, to give him credit, no, my husband did not eat. First of all, he wasn't even here. He hadn't been here all day. He's been at work. And he would never eat never. No, he know better. So my son was like, oh, I'm so sorry I did it. I may or may not have punched him in the chest, y'all. Maybe. And I'm going to have to apologize for that. And he's bigger than me. But, okay. So, anywho. At that point, I was ready to throw my hands up and be like, you know what? Forget it. I'm about, where are those cookies at? All this story is to say, I was about to go for the cookies. And I found the name, 7 Grams Cafe. 7 Grams Cafe is the name of the cookies company in New York. And they expensive cookies. They're really good though. And they have all kinds of selections and really good coffee too for coffee drinkers. So I get what it means to emotionally want to eat. For something to set you off, for a day to be so heavy or crazy or frustrating, or for somebody to say something or do something or whatever it is that just, you know what, cookies will make me feel better. You know what, let me go get that pint of ice cream in the freezer. You know what, bump this diet. I'm done. Like this whole thing, I need mac and cheese. But here's the thing. I really don't want the smoke that's going to come if I do that. I don't want to look at my scale and think, you know what, those cookies, they weren't worth this. And I have learned over the years how to take a deep breath, rethink the situation, and decide what works for who I'll be tomorrow, or who I'll be next week, or who I'll be next month, or next year. As far as it comes to food, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I don't get this right in every arena of my life, but in the food area, I got a lot of practice in this. I'm not going to eat the cookies. It's not on my plan for today. I don't know what I'm going to do about dinner. I'm going to figure something out. And you know what? It's not a disaster. I'm ticked. I am, because they don't sell the fried tofu at all the Whole Foods. And I don't live within 30 minutes of any Whole Foods anyway. And I'm definitely not driving back into the city to get any more. Not till the next time I go down there to get a butt whooping. But honestly, I'll figure something else out and it'll be okay. And that's what I want to encourage you with. So thank you, Nicole. Thank you. I'm going to look that up. I'm going to have to see that next time I get into the city. If you are thrown off by whatever stress hits you, one of the most important things that I can recommend, and I do this with my clients, is come up with two things. One is, if something doesn't work out with your plan, always have a backup. What is in your program that you've designed? This is what I do with my clients. We design a program. What's in your program that you can actually access? Then you can go to plan B without wrecking the whole thing. And yeah, Aileen, it is hard. But you know what? The more times you practice, the better your brain gets at pivoting when you get to that situation. So initially, it's very hard. But the more times there's no shortage of stress. Unfortunately, y'all, there's no shortage of crazy people. I feel it's like Lord of the Flies up in here. Every man for himself. It's ridiculous. Teenagers, y'all. But my point is that the more you practice it, the more you can go, okay, let me do what's good for me, even as I feel the stress. The second thing I recommend to my clients, and this is a very important, and any of you can do this, is to make a list of what things you need when you're stressed. And it needs to be a list. It can't be like one thing. Like, obviously, the thing your brain says is go get cookies, cake, ice cream, comfort foods, usually starchy, greasy, something like that. But really what you need is stress relief. And what the food does is it sits in the middle of you and the stress, and it blocks for a few minutes. So while you're eating, you're getting a little bit of a break from the stress. But here's the problem. At the end of the eating, the stress is still there, and you done jacked your whole plan. So now you got extra weight to deal with and stress. So long term, it doesn't work, right? So all this to be said, make a list of what things you need when you're stressed. What do you need? Do you need to go deep breathe for a few minutes? Do you need a bubble bath? Do you need a nap? Do you need to journal? What can you, and make a whole list. What works for you? Do you need to listen to certain music? Do you need to just step out of the house for a moment? Like, actually going to take the girls to dance after this whole little episode happened was very helpful, because I got a few minutes to kind of go, okay, who am I going to be in this moment? How do I want to really address this? Instead of wandering around my kitchen in circles going, okay, what am I going to eat and hoover into my mouth right now? So all that being said, I haven't made a plan. I still have to go get the girls, which means I got to go. But I will have a plan by the time I come back. And it'll be a better one than if I had just gone straight for the drawer, the freezer drawer in the kitchen. So make that list. Take care of yourself. Give yourself what you really need, what really helps bring your stress down. Even if it's like you have one of those little hand massagers and you can just do your shoulders real quick and, wash your hand, put on a nice smelling hand lotion or something that just kind of gets your mind to calm down for a minute, whatever it is. It's going to be different for everybody. Whatever you like, do it. Just don't let food be the answer to stress because it's not a good long-term solution. All right, y'all. So don't forget, go to www.drandreachristianparks.com, get on the list, look out for my mindful meditations class that's coming up for you to get, and my weight loss for the holidays one that's also coming up next week. Oh, and I forgot my new series on YouTube, y'all. My new series on YouTube, I've done something a little different with. I've done the video, but then at the end, I give you like a mini meditation so that you can kind of try it out and see what it's like to do meditations with me. Okay, I think you'll like it. So if you search for me, Dr. Andrea Christian Parks on YouTube, you'll find those. And last week, and I think this week is already up too. So I will see you there. All right, y'all, I'm going to try to do better and get here in these lives more. Thank you for being here. I love y'all. See you soon. Bye.